Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to my new video. I hope you are subscribed my all the it's basically the channel and you are like my all the videos and try to put a comment also so that definitely it will help for me to get a new video also because chalo without wasting time we can move forward. So till now we already learned what is Python, what is variables, values, and we are starting the data type, data structures, and we already cover the one of the data structure that is most important called as a list. Now we will moving forward with our next data structure called as a tuple. Always remember in Python we have only four data structure. The first is list, second is tuple, third is set, and the fourth one is dictionary. Try to remember all this data structure. And in previous lecture we already cover what is the list, right? We have almost two videos because of list is basically the lengthy, that's why I'm making that time, but don't worry, now onwards I will try to make in one video only all the data structure, and if you have any doubt or if you want to cover the particular topic, then definitely you can comment me so that I will definitely come with the next lecture. So without wasting time, we will moving forward with our next data structure called as a tuple. Okay. So I hope my screen is visible. So related to list, we already learned what is meant by list and all that. Now we are moving forward with the tuple. So always try to remember very simple basic theory, not much go inside the depth because we need a practical only because practice makes man perfect. Using theory we can't crack any interview, so definitely we need to focus on the only practical. Okay, so definitely I will write only 2 to 3 lines. Try to remember these lines, this much is sufficient. Okay, so yeah, the first is most important related to tuple in that it is a immutable. So basically list we already learned, list is mutable, so inside that mutable means we can change list at any time, we can modify that list. This is called as a mutable. So what exactly immutable? Totally opposite to the mutable. Okay, we can't modify tuple, we can't replace element. Okay, so in short, whenever if you are declaring the tuple, it's final, you can't replace, can't modify. One thing you can do that with the tuple, that is you can delete the entire tuple, you can create the new tuple, but always remember you can't modify, can't replace the element inside a tuple. The best example is a bank. Okay, in bank we have our own account number, right? We can't say that, "Okay, I want to change this account number." If you want to change, then you can close that account and then you can reopen the new account. Okay, because this is basically immutable. So once it's defined. And related to list, we can say the shopping, dmart shopping. Definitely means, for example, if we are going in a dmart, we are making the list inside a home only, and we are going inside a dmart and we are checking all the list members, right? Sometimes the list items are not available, then definitely we can change that, replace that. Inside that we need to put on this. For example, we want to buy like Amul milk, but at that time they are not present, so definitely we can replace with the Chitrai milk. So this is basically called as a list. This is the basically real time example. You can get any example. Okay, but try to remember always. For example, as I said, tuple, the best example is your account number. Okay, so because it's once defined, it will be defined. Always remember. And inside a list and tuple are always faster. Why? Because once it is declared, it's final. You can't change, can't modify. But inside a list, we can change at any time. So definitely it will be slow. Okay, so try to remember. I'm not writing this point. Try to remember tuple is a faster than your list. Okay, the second most important, inside a list we can say directly, we can declare element in a square bracket, but in a tuple we need to give the round bracket. Okay, but the real twist is here, only round bracket is not sufficient. Inside that we need to put one element and then we need to give the comma, then and then only it will be called as a tuple. Okay, Means for example, if I am giving the round bracket, we will prove that, don't worry. This is basically not a tuple. Always remember, for example, 1 comma 2 comma 3, this is also your tuple. Okay, try to remember this. This is very important related to your tuple. So whenever you are seeing entire Python, if element are separated by comma without any bracket, this is also called as a tuple. Don't worry about all this point, we will prove that. Okay, but try to remember this. Always inside a tuple, always try to remember the comma. Without comma you can't define the tuple. Okay, now for example, without wasting time, we can create one tuple. So yeah, this is similar, so we can put each and every data type inside that. So this is also collection of multiple data type. Okay, and you already know how to check that. Okay, we need to use the type function to checking the data structure or data type of your tuple. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, and you can press simply shift enter, it will be running. Okay, so this is basically called as a tuple. Why? Because it is in a round bracket. Now in a similar way, if I didn't means I forget to give the round bracket, without round bracket I'm just written the element separated by comma only. I'm giving the variable name as s1. Okay. Yeah. So this is also called as a tuple. Try to remember in output definitely you are getting the round bracket because tuple is identify only the round bracket, but sometimes we can forget to give the brackets. So without wasting time, always remember if element are separated by comma, okay, and it's one or more elements separated by comma, always remember without bracket, it's called as a tuple only. In square bracket, straightforward, it is a list, it doesn't require the any comma and all that. Means for example, if you are only mentioning the yeah, and if you are checking the type of L, this is called as basically list. But for example, if you are giving the round bracket, only round bracket empty. This is, remember, this is also called as a tuple only because it is an empty bracket. But for example, inside that, if I am putting one element, like I am putting the 2, see, this is not called as tuple. Always remember, in tuple we need to have the comma only. So definitely they will ask in interview, I want to declare a tuple with a single element. Then how I can declare that? Just simply put any type of data type and give the comma. It will be become your tuple. Got it? That's it. This is basic about tuple. And in tuple we have only two methods. That's it. Only two methods. Because as we already know, tuples are immutable. So first method is called as a count. Just a minute. Count, and the second is called as the index. That's it. We have only two methods, and we already learned this method in a list. I hope you remember. If you can't remember, then definitely you can go and watch the list video, but don't worry, you can see here also because we already created the tuple. I'm once again printing that tuple. So without wasting time, we will moving forward with these two methods only, because in tuple we have only two methods, that is inbuilt methods, that is means only we can use with the tuple. The first one is called as a count. As everyone know, what is exactly the count method? For example, I want to count how many times 1 is occurred. So I can directly mention the 1 inside a count. That's it. It will be giving the count of. Right? It's 2. Don't confuse. Because in Python, true is always considered to be 1. False is always considered to be 0. That's why count of 1 is equal to 2. Even if you are mentioning the count of true, this is also you are giving the output as a 2. Got it? Yeah, as simple as that. Count method is used for counting the elements how many times occurs. That's it. And the second, we know already that index method means I want to count the find out the index number of particular element. Then I can directly use the basically index method. Simply yes dot index and it will be given the true, right? And we already know basically, as I already told, 1 and true are the same, and by default index method will be giving the first occurrence, but I don't want to first occurrences, then I want to second occurrences, means I want exactly true, then just simply put here comma and give plus 1 index, means we already know the first index is a 0, sorry, right? First basically 1 is a 0, but I want to find out the true index, that is plus 1, 0 plus 1, and it will be giving the 3. Why? Because if you are noticing here, see, so by default, as I say, index method always giving the first element occurrences, so it will be giving the one index number because 1 and true are 1, but I don't want to find out this one, I want to find out the true. So you need to first count the index of that, and it will automatically giving the first occurrences. And what is the index number it will returning? For example 0, you need to give the plus 1, means element name plus 1. Always remember plus 1, index plus 1, not exactly like 0 plus 1, 2 plus 3. Index number we need to find out, and after that getting the index number we need to give the plus 1, right? Means I am getting the 0, so 0 plus 1 it will be 1, it will be giving you the index number as a 3. That's it. This is all about your tuple. We can't have any method like pop, remove, clear and all that, because we once tuple is defined we can say it is a final. We have one inbuilt method called as a del, but this is not a tuple method. Try to remember, this is Python function, so it will be deleting the tuple, and if you're trying to printing that tuple, it will be deleted. Only this method, and this is basically, that's why basically say ki tuple is totally immutable. Got it? I hope you remember this. Try to remember because this data structure is very very important because it is a faster than all other data structure. Simple key points, remember only two methods we have inside a tuple. Tuple is immutable, so once it defined, it defined. We can't modify, we can't change. Once defined, defined. That's it. Nothing will be changing. And always remember, whenever you want to declare a tuple in a single element, you need to give the round bracket. Without round bracket also you can, but element and comma. Okay, this is very very important interview question. Declare a tuple with a single element. I hope you remember that. That's it. If you definitely like, then please like my video. If your comment, then definitely it will be gaining my confidence, so I will make next video also. And as I said, definitely we will cover entire Python, and after completion the Python we will asking for one of the member hour, that is the mock interview also. So try to, it's basically stay connected, and yeah, keep learning. Practice makes man perfect. Bye bye, see you in next lecture. Thank you.